You're lying in the dark, staring at a glowing screen, swiping past hundreds of faces. Every flick of your thumb promises a better match, but after an hour of scrolling, you're left feeling exhausted and entirely hopeless. We've been conditioned to view a massive selection of options as the highest form of personal freedom. We demand more apps, more matches, and more products on our shelves. Curious. But if an abundance of options guarantees a better outcome, why does picking a movie to watch or a partner to date often leave us feeling so drained? This psychological friction is the paradox of choice. Our pursuit of infinite variety isn't actually liberating us. Constant exposure to too many options sabotages the brain's ability to make a confident decision. Walk into almost any modern grocery store, and you are immediately hit with a dizzying wall of nearly identical products stacked from floor to ceiling. In a famous supermarket experiment, researchers set up a tasting display offering shoppers 24 different varieties of gourmet jam. This large variety successfully caught the attention of 60% of passing shoppers. But look at the results. Only 3% actually followed through and bought a jar. The researchers then drastically reduced the display to just 6 types of jam. Even though the smaller selection attracted fewer people initially, 30% of them made a purchase. By offering fewer choices, the supermarket sold 10 times the amount of jam. When we cross a certain threshold, more variety stops feeling like freedom and starts feeling like a burden. Once a menu or a product aisle crosses this point, our brains struggle to process the competing variables. Instead of making an optimal choice, we freeze in a state of inner paralysis. This paralysis begins with the comparison trap. When dozens of options look similar, weighing the pros and cons of each is an impossible task. Identifying the single best choice becomes objectively impossible. Then comes the psychological weight of opportunity cost. This is the invisible weight attached to every alternative you pass up. Notice how this diagram visualizes that mental drain. Every attractive feature of the alternatives you reject acts as a subtraction line, slowly pulling the satisfaction out of the choice you actually made. By forcing yourself to sift through a mountain of options, you guarantee that you will be haunted by the unchosen alternatives. More options simply create more opportunities to feel regret. The fear of making the wrong selection eventually becomes so heavy that your brain opts for the safest route, giving up on the endeavor altogether. Chasing infinite variety trades the satisfaction of a good decision for a nagging awareness of everything we missed. Go back a few generations, and dating choices were naturally limited by geography. People generally married individuals they met in their local community. With a smaller pool of options, they could easily weigh the pros and cons. This led to a higher baseline of satisfaction with the partner they ultimately chose. Today, the digital world suggests that a flawless career or an ideal partner is just one swipe away. This illusion tricks us into keeping our options perpetually open, preventing any real commitment. Our brains evolved to make decisions in a world of scarcity. When dropped into an environment of extreme abundance, our decision-making hardware reliably short-circuits. To navigate modern life, you have to push back against the buffet. True progress requires artificially restricting your own choices into smaller, manageable batches before you ever attempt to decide. Freedom isn't found in keeping every possible door open. It's found in purposefully closing most of them, allowing you to bypass decision fatigue and find happiness in the choices you actually make.